Now let's look at this diagram. Which car stops? We have three cars here. We have car B, car A, and car C, as you can see. Now we are looking at which car stops. As you can see, this car is already crossed this intersection here, so we are no longer considering car C. Now we are only left with car A and car B. Now if you have watched my previous videos or the video on test number 1, you can clearly understood that I talked about the Y intersection, on how they can be tricky for some people, because the way you are looking at it, your right may not be necessarily the right of the cars here, because as you are looking at it, the cars are going down, whilst your right assumes that the cars are moving up. So these cars are going down, so you need to take that into account. As you can see, by just looking at this, you can see that this car is on the right of this, but that's not correct, because these cars are moving down. When from your own perspective, this car is on the right of this, so you should assume that this car should give the right of way to this. Well, if that's not correct, I want you to show you something. Because these cars are moving down, they are moving in this direction, it means that there is a driver that is seated over here in car A, and that driver will probably look to his right, and when he looks to his right, he's going to see car B. So we definitely mean that car B is the one that is on the right of car A, and car A is not the one that is on the right of car B. Now according to your own perspective, just looking at this, I can imagine you're looking at this on the screen, right? You can see that car B has to give the right of way to car A. Well, that's not correct. I want you to look at this from the driver's perspective, the one that is seated here. When the driver looks out the window, they're going to see this car, and when they see this car, they're going to give it the right of way. Why? Because this car is coming from his right. Now this driver is going in this direction. Remember, they are going down, so this car will give the right of way to this car, because this car is on the right. Now car B is on the right of car A. With that being said, it means that the car that should stop is car A. Now let's see if we got that correct. Now that's correct, right? So the car that should stop is car A. Now the reason why we are not considering car C is because it has already crossed the intersection, so this car is way gone, we are not longer considering it. Now let's move on to the last one. Which car moves last at this intersection? We have three cars here: car C, car A, and car B. Which car moves last at this intersection? Well, as you can see, car C you give the right of way to car A, and car A you give the right of way to car B. With that being said, car B has nothing on its right, so definitely it is the first car to go. Now we're also looking at the second car to go and the third car to go. Now as car goes first, car C will take advantage, and the last car to go is probably car A. So that's our last car to go here. Now which car goes last? Here we have three cars here: car C, car A, and car B. Now the moment we see this giveaway sign, it means that the car that is automatically facing that sign is the last car to go, because it will give the right of way to all cars that are coming from both directions. So car B is the last car to go. Now let's move on to the next one. When traveling at 90 kilometers per hour, I must leave a gap of, is this 6 vehicle length, is it 5 vehicle length, or 7 vehicle length? Well, we know that for a 15 kilometers per hour that you travel, you are supposed to leave a gap of 1 car length for every 15 kilometers. So 15 kilometers per hour is equals to 1 car length. What about 90 kilometers per hour? That's simple proportion, right? So what you just need to do is say 90 divided by 15, and we get our 6. So the correct here is 6 vehicle length. Now moving on to the next one. When approaching a giveaway sign, option A, I am obliged to stop it before proceeding. Well, this one is incorrect. Why? Because this is a giveaway sign. Giveaway sign, so that's our key phrase here. Let's underline that. So this is a giveaway sign. So what you need to understand is that a giveaway sign is very different from a stop sign. At a stop sign, you are obliged to stop before proceeding. It doesn't matter if the road is clear or not. So at a stop sign, you are obliged to stop before proceeding. So the reason why this one is incorrect is because this pertains to a stop sign. So this will be correct if this question says when approaching a stop sign, but here we are approaching a giveaway sign. So at a giveaway sign, it is said you don't necessarily have to stop. You don't necessarily have to stop at a giveaway sign. Why? Because if the road is clear on both sides, you can proceed without stopping. But if the road is not clear, then you have to stop. If there is a vehicle approaching from your left or your right and there is a giveaway sign, therefore you are obliged to stop, because you have to give the right of way to those vehicles approaching from either from the left or from the right. I hope you got that. Now let's look at this one. I am obliged to give way to traffic approaching the intersection on my right. It's also correct, but it's not. It's partially correct. Why? Because you also have to give the right of way to traffic that is coming from your left. To traffic that is coming from your left. So it's not only right, only it's left. See, I may proceed without caution. I may proceed with caution and without stopping, provided there is no other traffic. So I'm sure they wanted to say traffic here. So this is the correct answer. You may proceed. So at a giveaway sign, you don't necessarily have to stop. If there is no other traffic, you may proceed with caution without stopping. So I hope you got that. So I hope I've explained enough the difference between a giveaway sign and a stop sign. Now for this next question, I must dip my headlamps. Option A, when approaching a railway level crossing. B, when driving in a well-lit street. C, when approaching an urban area. So there are circumstances where you are required to dim your headlamps. Well, the first one is when you are driving in a well-lit area. So this one, you dim your headlamps. Also another one is when you are driving behind other traffic. So let's say that you are driving behind other traffic at night, you are allowed to dim your headlamps, because if you put your headlamps on bright beam, they can produce flashes that would distract the driver that is in front of you. So definitely you need to dim your headlamps if you are traveling behind other traffic. Therefore, the next one, in rural areas where traffic is not controlled, I give precedence to option A. So to correctly answer this question, you need to understand that here we are in a rural setting. So in a rural setting is very different from urban setting. So let's look at our answers. So should we give precedence to traffic approaching from a road on the left, or traffic approaching from the road on the right, or traffic already in the intersection, regardless of which side it is coming from? So in rural areas, you give the right of way to traffic that has already entered the intersection before you, irrespective of whether it is coming from the left or from the right. So that's our correct answer here. So just know that in rural areas, you give the right of way to traffic that has already entered the intersection before you. I hope I've explained that. Let's go to the next one. An insignia of a warning sign is it a triangle, is it a circle, a rectangle? Well, we know that a rectangle is informative, a circular too, so it is mandatory or regulatory, and a triangle is danger warning. So correct, that's our correct answer here. When approaching a narrow bridge, I must pay attention to, is it height restriction or length restriction or width restriction? Well, when you are approaching a narrow bridge, well, the keyword here is narrow. Narrow usually describe width, right? Narrow, it describe width. So that's our correct answer here. At a robot controlled intersection where you have stopped over the pedestrian crossing lines, what do you do? Option A, decide to carry on, B. reverse the vehicle, or C. stay where you are. When you have crossed over the pedestrian stopping line, you stay where you are. Well, we have come to the end of this video. Thank you so much guys for tuning in, and thank you so much for watching to the end. And if you really think that this one was helpful to you, please do make sure that you hit a like on this video. Now on the next question, we're gonna be looking at test 3. Please do make sure that you watch that video and look out for it. I'll be uploading it very soon.